comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. That's 1-800-683-466. Bank loan for more power and better fuel economy.
I got my phone at Harvey Norman. Keyphone Boris Cash. Now at Harvey Norman, your premium Optus dealer. Connect your new eligible smartphone to an Optus $49 cap plan or above for 24 months. Get a bonus $100 cash. In store now. This program brought to you by Rivers, clothing and footwear merchants.
Sunrise chooses to book on AccorHotels.com. 4,000 hotels, 90 countries, one click away. AccorHotels.com.
Welcome back. Well, women around the world are going to very extreme measures to look their best and their thinnest on their wedding day.
Well, forget microwave meals or sweating it out of the gym. The latest weight loss program has dieters eating through a tube.
These women aren't sick, but they are desperate to lose weight.
People want to be perfect in this country, so I'm allowing them to do it.
In America and across Europe, brides-to-be have signed up for the feeding tube diet.
It's done by inserting a small feeding tube through the nose into the stomach under local anesthesia. It's slightly uncomfortable, it's not terrible. And then we hook the patient up to a feeding pump that they carry 24/7.
For over a week, you don't eat anything. Nourishment comes from a tube. It drips 800 calories a day into the stomach. The combination of fat, protein, carbs and water helps suppress the appetite to shed weight fast. Dieters can lose up to 10 kilos in 10 days. It's extreme, but apparently safe.
It's an extreme form of athletes. It's not for everybody. Some people can't, stand the thought of having a tube in their nose.
And not everyone can afford it. A 10-day drip costs $1,500.
It's a drip, all right. Let's put this one to the experts. Sunrise GP Ginny Mansberg joins us now, along with nutritionist Susie Burrell. Good morning. Doctors are actually endorsing this, Ginny.
Not all doctors. There's clearly a business case. What I can't work out is that he's got any customers who actually would voluntarily sign up to have that tube shoved down their nose. All the rest of us are just going, ugh, as we were watching it. You feel like gagging watching it, let alone it happening. I can't believe there are people who would pay $1,500. That's the charge. God. And if you're not going to eat anyway, if you're going to eat an 800-calorie a day diet, which is not great, why would you have that done? Weird.
So what are the medical risks, though, in all seriousness? I mean, as gross as it is, can it harm you?
Look, a very low-calorie diet is going to make you feel terrible. You're going to be feeling pretty spacey. I don't know whether you'd be great for work or really great for chatting to your husband-to-be either. But also the nasogastric tube itself, unless it's stuck in by a qualified doctor or a registered nurse, you wouldn't want it to accidentally go into the lungs and start pouring stuff down there, because that could be potentially fatal. So we really want to make sure that the tube is done well.
Yeah, Susie, as a nutritionist, you've seen all sorts of diets. Is that the most extreme thing you've seen?
It is actually in all my years of working, and the thing is that when you have an extremely restricted calorie diet, after 2 days you see a reduction in metabolic rate. So sure, you can get weight off quickly that way. It's medically supervised. I think it reminds me of extremely sick people, and hence I don't find it at all attractive. But the issue is that when the brides lose all this weight, then they struggle for years afterwards because they keep rebounding. So every time you lose quick amounts of weight, it all tends to go back on plus more. And these are women who are going into their key fertility years. Yeah. And so the concern I have is that I see them at 30 or 35 or in their late 30s, and they want to have their babies, and they've had this long, long history of really tight dieting, which is really bad for our metabolism.
What's the difference, though, between having 800 calories pumped down your nose and actually eating 800 calories a day if you want to lose weight quickly?
Well, absolutely, you can do an 800-calorie diet, but there's not a lot of food in it, so it's really difficult to sustain. And the thing about these formulations is that they take care of all the vitamins and minerals, and because you're so restricted, you don't tend to get hungry. But the key thing is, if you do want to lose weight quickly, you don't need to go to this extent. Simply replacing a couple of your meals with an actual meal-formulated shake, having a vegetable soup at night, and you'll still get 1 kilo or 2 a week over a 4-week period without that significant reduction in metabolism if you're having all real food in it.
Just go buy some sack-it-in underwear. You can buy amazing things to put under your pants. I reckon, I don't know about you, but if I skip a meal or two, I get all shaky and wobbly. Imagine walking down the aisle and going, oh, boom.
And I'm thinking the husbands aren't that worried about an extra 5 kilos. I think this really is a female thing, and we need to be mindful of what we're doing for our metabolism and our fertility long term.
Resounding no. Thanks, ladies. All right, just ahead on the morning show, how cosy